Here we go.
You're my 3 note cards.
We have an audience debate. So laughter is the best medicine besides antibiotics, of course. With 40 years of research dedicated to understanding what makes us happy and why, we can learn about the benefits of being happy and just being involved in each other's lives. And specifically, I want to talk about 3 techniques, or I guess methods, to being happy that I find important and I find that people should, in general, take to be important. And those are goals, the people that you have in your life, and just kindness. So these are the easiest ways to be happiest, and consequently they're like also the most simple. So we all have a point to being here, myself included, and we all have goals that define us, and achieving those goals will make us happy. But I wanted to talk about goals, specifically what is considered intrinsic and extrinsic goals. Intrinsic are what you love to do, what you find to be your passion, and extrinsic are, say, status or material wealth. And those intrinsic goals that you identify with or pursue are more than likely meant to make you happier than the extrinsic goal. There's nothing wrong with liking luxury, wanting luxury material items, but over 22 different studies have found, in fact, and this was by a researcher of the name Jonathan Hari. He did around 22 studies, and it was replicated in Britain, and Denmark, and India, and people who pursued extrinsic goals, material wealth, more often were more likely to be depressed and anxious as a result. So I want to talk about people next. So Harvard happiness expert Daniel Gilder says, "We are happy when we have family, happy when we have friends, and almost all other things we think make us happy are actually just ways of gaining more family and friends." In fact, the Journal of Socioeconomics states that your relationships with other people are at an estimated value of $100,000 a year. And what that means basically is the amount of satisfaction that it affords you is worth as much money as it, in your bank account, in a sense. Interestingly enough, however, if you actually made an extra $100,000 a year, that's not scientifically proven to make you more happier. So another project that I want to talk on, and this is another sociology project, is the Longevity Project by Henry Turman. Okay, so he asked himself, how do people live long, happy lives? He did this study, and I think he did 3 of them around, and he went in with the notion that people who had big support systems, they had really good relationships with their family and their friends, they would live the longest, people they could count on in times of trouble. Interestingly enough, he was absolutely wrong. It's how much you put out into the community that you get back, which in turn makes you happier, which in turn allows you to live a longer, happier life. People who were more kind to their neighbors, people who were more active in the community, gave advice, that sort of thing, they tended to live longer. And it's not about, and I actually wanted to use my visual aid here to talk about my family very much because I want to pass those around. And I wanted to talk about a little thing my dad loved to do. Family has always been important in my family and in my culture. And something my dad used to do when we were kids, we're like around 5 kids, he'd put us on a cart and roll us into Sam's Club, right? And then he'd be like, buy one, get one free. It never got old, except after like the 5th time. And he always did it. He always did it. So the last thing I want to touch on is kindness. It's the most contagious form of happiness. And what does kind mean? It means to be kind to yourself and also kind to others. For example, you have to be patient with yourself and learn to accept failure and rejection if you hope to be a more developed and happy person in a way. So, to learn from failure. And by that, I mean, of course, accept rejection, accept failure. And a good thing is to meditate. And this was research supported by the National Institute of Mental Health. Meditate. Do things that you care about. Exercise. Even 7 minutes of exercise. I don't know if you guys have heard about the 7-minute exercise program. Do it for 7 minutes. It's scientifically proven to benefit your health. Even if you exercise and you don't actually do any change to your physical body, you feel as though you have. You feel really good about yourself. You think that you look, oh, I look great. Even after you think that after 7 minutes. So it's something that'll make you happier and healthier. Stick to your hobbies and use those hobbies to form connections with other people. Join groups, volunteer, give advice. This is all proven research to help you become a happier, successful person. The last takeaway I want to give you is happiness is not only a result, but a driver. Thank you.
Good job. Does your family make you happy?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. I think family is important because, like we said in the research, we have a lot of, you have friends and you have family, and people say, oh, sometimes you don't have the best relationship with your family. That's fine, right? But family is who you choose, who you want to be in your life all the time. And supporting them and being there for them is sure to encourage you to be a better person. I mean, you say like, oh, my kid brings out the best in me, my mother brings out the best, that sort of thing. And have I answered your question?
I'd say so.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. Thank you.